So today is August 4th and I'll be walking you through my August garden. You will notice that a lot of our garden is bare this time of the year because it is so hot that I particularly don't love gardening in the hottest month of the year, and it's really difficult. There are a lot of things that you can plant and things that thrive, and I will show you a lot of things that are thriving right now. But this is also an opportunity for you to relax and start thinking about fall, and I will definitely be sharing my fall plans with you as I do every year. And if you can't wait to start dreaming about fall and you need some inspiration, I will put my last year's fall video of what I planted or what you can plant in the fall in your garden. That will be in the description below. But before we get started, I want to let you know that GreenStalk Garden is having a clearance sale. They are discontinuing one of my favorite colors, which is terracotta. So you can actually get this exact product here. It's a 5-tier vertical garden for only $87 with my coupon code SD10. That is the cheapest you will get a GreenStalk garden for the entire year, and that's only because they are clearancing this color to make room for new colors. They recently came out with this beautiful glacier blue, which I did get 2 of them. So we're gonna make a tea and herb garden over here. We'll be placing that with these plants here. And I have another one that I believe we're gonna put over in our daughter's garden and put some beans and flowers and different things there. I also plan on doing a porch garden with some succulents and herbs as well. So we have something really nice at our entryway. But I wanted to go ahead and start the tour here. We have our 2 Vego garden beds, and anything that I use in my garden, any of my affiliate links, you can find in the description below with any type of promotions going on. Anytime you click on those links and use my promo codes, you are supporting me directly. So it allows me to put that money back into my garden and put content out for you. So these have been really great. We've got Mexican heather in here. We've got all kinds of bumblebees going on all around here. We have some parsley. I have a blanket flower. I have some turmeric that's just thriving through the summer. These are actually turmeric roots that I saved from last year, and I do promise to put a video out on how to grow turmeric. I've been saving a lot of videos as I'm working in the garden, and I just haven't found enough time yet to put these little short videos together. I'd love to know if you like any of the short videos I've put out and if you found those helpful, so please let me know in the comments below. Also, I've got a new phone that I am videoing on, and if you can see the clarity change, let me know. I hope you can. Over here we have some ginger. This has been pretty cool. This is just a ginger root that I purchased at the store. It's starting to flower here. Now over here is our GreenStalk garden. Oh cool, I've got a little bumblebee here. I wonder if I can zoom in and get it. Oh, it's so awesome. So the bumblebee right now is on our black eye peas. Oh, another one just showed up. Oh, how cool. So we planted some black eye peas in our GreenStalk. We have never done that before, but coming to the summertime, we wanted to try some summer vegetables, as our tomatoes were kind of at their end of their life, and some other items. We replaced it with these, and so far they seem to be growing really great in our GreenStalk garden. I did add their little stakes to them, little support stakes, which has been great. And we have been harvesting, what I'm doing is harvesting the dry beans. You can wait till they get dried out like this right here and store them as dry beans, or you can actually pick them fresh and eat them fresh. As much as we've been back and forth, it's easier for me to just let them dry instead of eating them fresh. I've got thyme, lavender, some sage, some different flowers. I had a lot of tomatoes in here. I did a second planting towards the end or towards the beginning of summer, and I did get a couple handfuls of tomatoes, but being as hot as it was, they didn't do as well. I just kind of did that as a test run. But I've actually trimmed back a few of my tomato plants just to kind of test to see if I will get some new growth now that temperatures will start cooling down, and see how that goes. Of course, I'll be starting new plants for this in the fall. But everything is doing well in here. Now, these are my butterfly pea vine. These have been so much fun. I've been saving content to show you guys how to make butterfly pea tea. It's been really fun. We've been saving the flowers to make tea with. And there's just bumblebees everywhere. I really hope you guys can see the clarity change in my videos. But that has been really fun, and it's doing its job because we have this ugly like electrical unit, and it just does not look pretty behind this. So this is actually a old metal door my husband pulled out from a job, and instead of trashing it, he brought it home, and it's just looking so pretty. So I don't think I'm gonna go another year without planting these butterfly pea vines. They're just beautiful. So over here in our other Vego garden bed, we don't have much, but some flowers and some curly kale in the front. Most likely that's gonna get pulled here soon. We have my rosemary over here along with different types of oregano. And all of this is gonna be cleaned up, and we're gonna have a much more manageable, easy garden that we'll be able to turn and pick whatever we want for cooking in our house, which is right here. It's much easier for me to just come out here, grab some herbs real quick instead of putting my shoes on and walking into the garden. It's so nice because even as we have our friends come over or the kids come over, the kids love coming out here and picking herbs and putting them in their teas, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to show you guys that here in the fall. And over here we have our other GreenStalk garden with some rosemary, parsley, kale, some other herbs. We have our peppers down here. I actually pulled a few because they weren't really doing well. And as hot as it's been lately, they were just really struggling. So I decided to trim some back. I was concerned I might have some nematode problems. So what I did is bless you. What I did is trimmed them back a little bit, fertilized them. I also treated my entire garden with cold pressed neem oil, and what I did is I just soaked it through my irrigation lines. And if you want more details about how I treated for nematodes throughout my whole garden, let me know in the comments below. I do want to do a video of how I manage that because it's such a problem here in the hot climate that we are in. So since I fertilized, I've got new growth and treated for nematodes. We got new growth and new flowers coming in from our flowers here, or our pepper plants. Over here we have our eggplant that's doing well. We've got lots of flowers. I like that my eggplants are in the GreenStalk because they do offer frost covers. They're so easy to just throw over and zip. So last year I vowed to not put anything that is frost, that will get frostbit by our winter frost that comes along, because it's such a pain to cover with blankets. But with the GreenStalk garden, it's so easy to just throw the frost cover over it. My GreenStalk garden is all tucked in for the freeze. So anything that is going to be subjected to possibly getting burnt will go in my GreenStalk gardens. So we had our tomatoes, our eggplants, and anything that's perennial would stay in here. So I do plan on putting some more little tomatoes in here. I actually want to plant some more bush beans. The bush beans did really well in this GreenStalk over there. So we're going to plant more of those the deer seem to like to get my beans that are closer to the edge of the garden. So I think I'm gonna try them more in our GreenStalk this year. And over here we have our butterfly mix, which has been amazing. It's called Save the Monarch Butterfly Mix. And it's really out of control right now. I mean, I have them like falling over, but there's days where our family will be in the kitchen working and there's just like 7 or 8 butterflies out here and bumblebees, and we always get so distracted. We'll be running outside, the kids are trying to catch the butterflies. My husband's even out here just amazed. So this has been really fun. I will always grow these, but probably not in the center of my garden. Maybe on the edges, maybe a little pop here on the edges, just because it does get so big and it flows into my other rows. So that's that. And I also have an affiliate link for these seeds in the description below. So this has been fun. This is our little watermelon patch. I wish I knew the variety of this. I actually was going to pull it at the beginning of summer because it just wasn't doing well, and I'm so glad that I didn't. Look at this guy. So this has been really fun. The kids run out here every morning to see how big it grows because you literally can see a change daily. This was just an impulse buy plant that I got at like a Lowe's store, and I've got all kinds of little ones popping up. Over here I have some southern collards, and they're turning into trees as we harvest from the bottom. And they've actually stayed pretty healthy compared to the rest of my collard greens in the garden. And this is a little bit more shade. We don't get as much shade in the morning in this garden in the summer. We have this big oak tree that just kind of keeps growing, and we have some of these trees here, but it gets enough sun to still produce, but it doesn't get the hot part of the sun during the day like this garden does. And I'll show you that all my collard greens and kale did not make it on that side. But before we go over there, I'm going to show you my strawberry garden, which is doing well. And recently I took a dry eraser to our GreenStalk garden to kind of freshen it up as we fertilize and spray with neem oil. And as you get backsplash, sometimes these towers can look a little dirty. So once a year I like to try to clean them up to kind of keep them all nice and fresh. But this is our strawberry garden, and as we get little shoots that pop down, I try to replant them. This one down here actually shot off a little, I think they're called trindles. And then I'm just gonna set it over here because we lost that strawberry, and it will grow. So this is, the GreenStalk garden is perfect for strawberries. That's actually how I found GreenStalk, is I was looking for a vertical garden to grow strawberries on. And this has been the perfect match for anything. You can grow all kinds of vegetables in the GreenStalk garden. So over here, we don't have much, but what we do have is my little Seminole pumpkin patch. And look how crazy it has gotten. So this is just 2 plants. And if you have tried to order seeds on my website, I have put seed sales, actually all my product sales, on hold. I decided to homeschool for the 2nd year and adding my 5-year-old. So I'll be homeschooling all 3 of my children, and I had to let something go. So seed production is a lot of added on my plate, and making the seed packets for you guys. But I promise that I will be utilizing those seeds in some type of way, as far as maybe we'll be doing a seed swap throughout the year, something fun with that. So I know these are always a big hit, the Seminole pumpkin seeds, but they are doing well, and they just started to flower. So I am coming out here once a week and fertilizing with Neptune's Harvest organic liquid fertilizer, which you can find my coupon code in the link below. You can save 5% and get free shipping. And I'm also spraying with Neem Oil and garlic. I'll leave those all in there. So that's going to help keep away your fungus and all the leaf biting caterpillars. So that has been an issue always with any kind of squash or pumpkin. I do have let's see, I think this is a shooting star eggplant. And the only reason I know that this came out of my compost bin, and it was doing so well. And I'm like, I can't leave it in my compost bin. I've got to pull it and put it in the garden. But look at all these beautiful flowers. I feel like I can see a difference already just looking through my camera. I really hope this is better quality for you guys, because I really want you to see what I see, the beauty in my garden, and share that with you guys. Look at how fun that is. We love fried eggplant. There's so many things you can do with eggplant. You can hide it in a lot of stuff too, for vegetables, for feeding your kids. I recently pulled my collards and kale. They were just getting really burnt up. As you can see, I get almost 8 to 9 hours of sun right here in this garden. So we had planted those in the fall. So we planted them probably last September, and we have harvested all year kale and collard greens. It's one of our favorite things to eat, and an easy thing to grow. Doesn't require a whole lot of work, and if we have guests over we like to entertain often, that's just something easy we can make in a big pot to feed a lot of people. So over here I have our Comfrey plants. These are great fertilizers. You can make comfrey tea, which I did put together a short video on how to make that, and it's super easy and fun. You can also do a chop and drop method with these. We also have blueberries that line our garden out here that I feel are starting to really grow nicely through the summer, and we will get a harvest in the spring with those, and in the fall. So I also want to show you our pumpkin patch out in our front yard. And before we go there, I may as well bring you over here, because I think I missed showing you this in our last video. So this is called sorrel, and look at that. It's done really great. Personally, I'm not a fan of it, but it actually came in one of my click and grow gardens as a mix, and as I was using it, it wasn't my favorite, so I just pulled it out and brought it out into my garden. Thought if anything, I could show you how it's growing, and if we had to use it, we could. I just didn't want it to go to waste. And I'll show you my click and grow indoor garden here in a second. But the kids have their own garden over here, and I want to show you. We have some monarch butterflies over here. Here they are. Look at this. I really hope you'll be able to see this. Let me get the lighting right. There is our monarch butterfly larvae, caterpillar. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but what's been fun is we have been capturing these and putting them in a jar and watching them pupate and then open into a butterfly. And it's been such a beautiful opportunity for the kids to see them in action and just teach them about the life cycle. My husband even enjoys watching that as well. We've actually taken them on a vacation with us because we don't want the pupates to open without us. We want to capture them and be able to release them wherever we are. But what we found is if we leave them on the plant out here, we never can find the pupas. So this is just a butterfly weed along with other pollinating flowers. This is actually some of the True Leaf Market's Save the Monarch butterfly flowers over here in this patch, and they've just worked out really great. It's attracting monarch butterflies to our garden, and they're laying their eggs, and I have food for them to eat through the butterfly weed. So I'm going to go take this inside to the kids and we're gonna put it in a jar. And I've been saving content on this. I just gotta find some time to put it out for you guys. So as I'm coming in the house to show my kids what I just found in the garden, I thought I'd show you what I have in my kitchen. These are True Leaf Market's microgreens. I ordered a variety pack and have been trying them. And it's got this cute little planter. My husband really liked the spicy salad mix. I like the cilantro and the radish. So we tried all of them in this little container and then kind of started planting what we really liked more of. So you can find that affiliate link. It's great because you don't need any sun. You can plant this in your house and you can enjoy it fresh microgreens in your own kitchen. I also have some alfalfa sprouts seeds soaking right now. So we love growing sprouts. Our kids love them. They like eat them by the handfuls. They're so nutritious. One day I will put a video out here for you. And here is my indoor hydroponic click and grow garden, which I really enjoyed. I love the beauty of it. It's actually right here that sits on our hutch and where we eat. So it lights up really nice at night. It gives 12 hours of light. Right now, you can save 25% with my coupon code, which will be in the description below. It's just SD, and you just add that and it will take 25% off. But what's so lovely about Click and Grow is you don't have to do a whole lot of work with it. All you do is you insert the pods into their area and turn it on, fill it with water, and they just grow. It has all the nutrition in the pod for its lifetime growing in the Click and Grow. They actually make larger ones that you can have a whole kitchen garden indoors and you don't have to go outside and sweat. So this is a really nice product, especially if you are in really hot regions. I love using this in the summer because we don't have a whole lot growing outside, but I can grow things that I cannot grow inside with my Click and Grow, and vice versa. And the winter can grow things inside as well. So this has been a really nice product and I recommend it. I just realized I did not show you guys my wild and free back barn garden. This is the area where when I have extra plants or when I can't stand to throw a plant away, it comes back here into our wild and free garden. Things like pineapples from the store, I don't have it in me to just throw the top away. So when I have friends that come over, I'm like, hey, take some plants. So we are actually growing sweet potatoes in containers because they're so much easier to grow that way. I've grown them in the ground before and it is a pain to harvest them. This has been wonderful. We've done this over the past couple of years and the kids, it's like digging for gold. So I can't wait to show you guys this. I'll probably put a harvest out in my Instagram stories. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you are, because I post a lot of day in the life videos, tips, and anything we're harvesting. So you can see all that live there. We have some okra here. I vowed to never grow okra in my garden again because it attracts nematodes and I want them out of my garden. So when they come in, it's hard to get them out. And so we are growing them in containers back here. This is just, I don't even know what this is. It's some pumpkin I think we got from North Carolina, and it's just growing out of my compost that's back here. And I thought I would just let it be free and do its thing. I do see little pumpkins growing, but a lot of them have been falling off. So I don't know if it's a true to seed, but we did buy some beautiful pumpkins in North Carolina. So if we can get some of those here, it'd be awesome. So over here is my weed patch. This is where I grew my amazing squash plant last year. And this was actually one of my first raised beds ever. It's just an old rusty trough my husband brought home. Somebody was going to leave it in their yard and just trash it. And it's just so beautiful. I can show you maybe in the next video when it's cleaned up. But this is my asparagus plant that I've had for years. And I plan on taking it out of its pot and putting it in here to actually keep it a little more weed free back here and get my son to help me weed eat back here and kind of get things under control. but this is the backyard wild garden. As I'm walking to the pumpkin patch in the front yard, I know I have not uploaded any food forest videos lately, but I do have some new items, like some Mexican sunflowers that we're using for fertilizer, some cactuses, and all kinds of different things that we can actually eat. And when I actually have something to show you guys, I will post. Right now we don't have any fruit. We got a lot of pressure from the hurricane this past year, from our hard freeze this past year, so it has been really tough in the food forest for us. So here's our little pumpkin patch, and they just started to flower. Now we only run the irrigation here every 3 days. So as you can see, they're not that big of plants, and we don't want to overwater our food forest because this is set up on the irrigation for our food forest and our vineyard, and we have tons of mulch out here. So this would be a lot nicer size like the one in our garden, but because we're not watering as much and we've not had a whole lot of rain the first part of summer, these guys are kind of, well, so-so. But it's not a big deal for me because we are growing them in the garden now. We usually only grew them out here, and I'm able to kind of keep an eye on the ones in the garden, fertilize them, water them more, and tend to them. But since we have the space, we always do one out here as well. So we only have 6 plants out here. So we're scaling back on what we're planting because we do plan on leaving in September to go on a trip with our family. We have been planning to go to Maine and Acadia National Parks and different parks along the way, and just learning all kinds of history with our children. And I'm not excited about going in September, which is planting time, but I am trying to figure out a plan how we're going to do that. So fall may look a little different. I might be starting plants a little early. I might be buying some established plants. And whereas usually 99% of my plants are started from seed, but we are going to definitely make it happen because life is too short to not go on vacations and spend time with your family. So we're going to see some leaf changes, and I'm excited about that for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already. See you next time.